Practicing Padmasana. Padmasana is one of the classic meditative postures. There are several classic seated postures for meditation. Sukhasana is considered as not as stable. Stable from the point of view of having the spine comfortably erect and having a comfortable base on which the spine comfortably stands erect. Sukhasana is considered not as broad or not as stable a base for the spine. And Padmasana, Siddhasana, Swastikasana. These are some of the classic seated meditative postures. Don't until you get a good feeling and comfortable feeling about that, don't spend too much time forcing yourself. That is also aggression. And if you do, you might actually cause injury. Padmasana requires a good amount of knee mobility, knee flexibility. So remember, with awareness, we can avoid injuries. And so in your zest or enthusiasm for meditation, I'm going to somehow sit for half an hour in Padmasana without practicing for a while. You might cause injury, and so please keep that in mind. And also you need to practice, if on one session, if you're sitting with the right foot in first and then getting the left foot on top. The next session, if you're approaching Padmasana, do it the other way with the left foot in, and so you're maintaining balance between both sides. Any other questions or observations about Padmasana practice? Yes, Sanjay.
Jeff, by keeping the right one first and then the left one, that I am very much comfortable. But the other way, I'm not that much comfortable.
Yeah, yes. We all have that difference. But the idea is to balance on both both sides. If you keep practicing, the left would feel as comfortable as the right. And so keep practicing on both sides. Sometimes we miss that, and we continue to pay attention, or we continue to not pay attention to that imbalance, whether it is in Padmasana or any other practice for that matter. Whenever I give this asymmetrical postures, you would find differences between the right side and left side. And when I ask you to observe, you observe, and let us say your left side is something that you want to practice more. So one thing that you could do is you do left side 5 breaths. Let us say left side is what you want to get more balance and strength. You start with the left side when you're doing self-practice. Start with the left side for 5 breaths, right side for 5 breaths, and then go back to left side and do another 5 breaths with the left side. And then you can, essentially you would have done twice many number of breaths on the left side, because that is where you would like to get more strength, more flexibility, more balance, however, whatever the posture it is. So to repeat, don't force yourself to be in Padmasana when you're not quite ready for long durations. If there aren't any questions, last time there were asks about Sirasasana. What, let me ask this as a question. So which area should have a good amount of strength and stability for Sirasasana? Any guesses?
Core, I believe.
Core, absolutely, absolutely. If you're not comfortable in the core, I would not even ask you to approach it. And so today what we will do is, and there was another ask about Navasana. So what we will do is, we'll prepare ourselves toward Navasana, which is a core, which requires a good amount of core strength and stability, and we will prepare for that. And consider all of this, including Navasana practice, as a preparation for Sirasasana approach in some point in future. Preferably when we are all together in person. So consider any core strengthening postures as preparation for Sirasasana for now. With that, let us begin again. We can choose to begin again at any moment. Within a breath, you can begin again. And what are we beginning? We are beginning to change the orientation. That is what we are beginning. And we are doing it again now for the next hour or so. And if during the session, if you ever get distracted, you can begin again. Just the moment you notice, you can begin again. So the only commitment I'm asking for is to begin again. Whatever takes you away from that inward orientation, either simple distraction or sickness, you're not able to practice yoga for some time. As soon as is possible, simply begin again. No questions asked, no deliberation, no inner dialogue, no negotiations. Commit to begin again. It is not motivation that brings us here. It is the clarity about the need. If you're clear, then you can begin again. You don't need any motivation, including any expectations of outcomes from the practice. 3 deep breaths. Palms to the heart center, Namaskara Mudra. Tilt your head forward. Gently open your eyes. Inhaling, arms by the side, palms going up, looking up. Exhaling, palms coming down to the chest, looking down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. One last round. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Release. Come up to standing. Feet close together. Hands on your waist. Bend your right knee and bring the right knee up. Three, two, one. Place the right foot down. Left knee up. 3, 2, 1. Left foot down. Take a deep breath, exhale. Right knee up. Higher than last time. Even if it's just an inch up. 3, 2, 1. Right foot down. Left knee up. Just a bit higher. 3, 2, 1. Left foot down. Take a deep breath, exhale. Feet hip width apart. Arms up. Interlacing fingers, palms down, palms up, raising up. Come up onto the toes, inhaling, exhaling, heels down. 4 more rounds. After completing, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up, interlacing fingers, palms up. Inhaling, gentle back bend. Exhaling, halfway bending forward. 4 more rounds. You can bend the knees as you bend forward. Not a problem. After completing, release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Hands on your waist. Inhale, center. Exhaling, twist toward your left side. As much as you can. Inhale, center. Exhaling, twist toward your right side. Inhale, center. 4 more rounds. Be aware of the feet and how actively the feet are engaged in the twist. After completing total 5 rounds, release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Hands on your waist. Inhale, center. Exhaling, bend toward your left wall. Arthakati variation. Bend toward bending side, yeah. Lateral bend. Inhale, center. Exhaling, bend toward your right side. 4 more rounds. After completing, release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now we're going to practice Utkatasana. Remember to keep the weight distribution on your feet even as you bend your knees. Feet hip width apart, so it is comfortable, easier. With the feet apart, it is easier. Feet close together, it is a bit harder. Keep the feet apart, arms up, interlace fingers, palms up. If you see the arms by the side of your ears, keep that positioning, relative positioning of arms next to the ears as you bend your knees. Bend your knees as much as you can, keeping the weight distribution on your feet even. Bending the knees as much, but keep the weight even. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release the arms. If you felt the posture in your thigh muscles, you are approaching it well. It loads the thigh muscles. It's kind of a standing cardio, if you will. If your heart rate is going up, that's quite expected. The heart is working harder to supply oxygen to the thigh muscles, the big muscles, and also trying to get the carbon dioxide out. And the muscles are working harder than usual. I forgot to tell you that your gaze, as you bend down, your upper body is slightly leaning forward. So your gaze is on the ground, but just a bit away, not at the feet, but a bit away. So there is no neck action or no need for neck action in the way that we practice. This is a modification of Utkatasana. Proper Utkatasana requires feet close together, palms pressing, and then looking up. But that is not what we are going to practice again. Feet hip width apart, arms up, interlace fingers, palms up. Utkatasana. Bending the knees. Check if your weight distribution on your feet even. Arms by the side of your ears. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release sounds. Take a deep breath, exhale. Front of the mat, Tadasana. Namaskara. 3 deep breaths. When you're ready, 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara. Begin. And if you get distracted, begin again. To pay attention to this breath. After completing, comfortably separate your feet and stand relaxed. Observe the breath normalizing on its own. Three deep breaths. Palakasana, plank posture with some neck postures added. Feet hip width apart. Namaskara Mudra. Inhaling back bend. Exhaling forward bend. and hold the posture. Hold your elbows. Relax the head. And inhaling, and then exhaling, turn your head toward the right wall. And then inhaling, relax the head to the center. And then next exhalation, turn your head to the left wall. Just the head. The head is turning and you're looking at the left wall and the right wall. And you might see a lot of difference between turning the head toward the right and the left. 3, 2, 1. Fingertips by the sides of your feet. Inhaling, right foot back, long step back. Left foot back. Now look down at your toes or ankles. Can you see the toes or ankles? Just look down. You're in plank posture, but you're simply looking down. If you are only seeing your hips, raise the hips up. And then bring the head back to normal posture. Now check if your shoulders are right over your palms. If not, you might have to walk forward just a bit to get the shoulders right over the wrists. Drop your knees down. Vajrasana. Remember, in Phalakasana, the posture is palms are shoulder width apart and the fingers are comfortably spread. And you bring the shoulder, which is a broad shoulder, you're not like slouching the shoulder, broad shoulder. And the shoulders are right over the wrists. And plank posture, I mean, if you look at it from the side, your body is like on a ramp. You're on your toes and the legs, the spine, and the head, the neck, they're all in one straight line. So you might have to raise the hip or lower the hip to get the alignment of the spine and the legs and the neck in a line. And usually what happens is if you don't have much of a strength in the core, abdomen muscle strength, your hips tend to sag down or your shoulders tend to, you might have like a shrug in your shoulders. Remove the shrug in the shoulders and raise the hips up. So you would be able to see the toes and ankles and then bring the head back to normal posture. Let's practice Phalakasana. Go back to plank posture and make the adjustment that we just talked about. And you should feel the posture in your abdomen. Shoulder blades going away from each other. If the shoulder blades are closer together, that means you're collapsing. And once you get the final posture, you're looking down between the fingertips on the mat. So there is no neck action, neck and spine in a straight line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down, Vajrasana. It holds several muscles in what is called an isometric contraction. It's a way to strengthen these muscles. It strengthens not just the abdomen muscles, the back muscles are at work. Now, next time we're going to get to plank, we are going to also turn the head toward the sides. And you do this at your own pace. Come back to plank posture. Make the adjustments. The toe positions, shoulder positions, shoulder blades, are they away from each other? Is the abdomen engaged? Is the neck and spine in a line? Srini, just a bit hip up, just a bit hips up. Yeah, there you, just a bit more, just a bit more. There you go. Now, inhale center, exhaling, turn your head to the right wall and look at the right wall. Inhale center, exhaling, turn the head to the left wall. Inhale center, 4 more rounds. After completing 4 more rounds, drop your knees down, Vajrasana. Once again, turning the head. By the way, the turning the head would also help. Even just holding plank posture is also strengthening the back of the neck muscles. The head is held up to align with the spine, working against gravity. So back of the neck muscles are definitely working, not allowing the head to just drop down with the gravity. The chin going to the chest would be what will happen if you're not using the back of your neck muscles. And added attraction is to turn the head, and you might find turning the head giving a different experience. Take a deep breath, exhale. Those who are able to do this from Vajrasana, place the palms behind you on the mat and lean back. And you're now get your head down just a bit so your neck and spine are in a straight line. You're kind of looking up and forward. You're not dropping the head in the back. Imagine the spine and the head as if they are in Tadasana, except you're leaning back. You can keep the. Now this is engaging your throat muscles to be strengthened. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to Vajrasana. If you're not using the throat muscles, what will happen is your head will drop down to the back. The chin will go away from the chest because the head is heavy, and if you're not using those muscles. And now next time when we go back, we're going to also turn the head. Take a deep breath, exhale. Place the palms behind you. And simply take the head back in alignment with the spine, and you're looking up. The chin is no further away from the chest from Tadasana reference. Now inhale center, exhaling, turn the head toward the right wall. Inhale center. Exhaling, turn the head toward the left wall. Inhale center, 4 more rounds. After completing, come back to Vajrasana. 3 deep breaths. By the way, for Sirasasana practice, your neck muscles have to be strong, your back muscles. In fact, the whole body has to be in a state of good muscle tones, good strength, flexibility, to be able to breathe well, even in inverted postures, with the diaphragm pushing against the abdomen organs, against gravity. All of these have to be properly in place. And so, whatever we are practicing today or in any general session, they're all components of the things that you would need eventually. Now let's plank on elbows. But before then, let's take a bit of a rest. Shashankasana, separate your knees and bending forward. And find a resting posture. If Shashankasana is not resting you, find a resting posture. And watch your breath. Stretching your arms to the front, placing the elbows shoulder width apart. And bring the shoulders right over the elbows. And then walk back to bring the entire body parallel to the ground. Make sure that you bring the shoulders just above the elbows, just above the elbows. The upper arms and the forearms making 90 degrees. And no neck action. Neck and spine are in a straight line. You're not looking up or not. You're not dropping the head or not are you lifting the head. You're gazing between the forearms on the mat. Abdomen fully engaged. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down, Vajrasana. As much as you engage the abdomen, you would find a little certain lightness on your shoulders. If you're not engaging your abdomen, you will find your shoulders and elbows carrying a lot more load. So as much as you engage the abdomen and lift the hips off the floor, not too much higher, but definitely not closer. If you're going to error at all, a bit higher is okay. That will engage the abdomen. But if you lower it, you will lose the strength in the abdomen to hold the hips up. Let's repeat this posture. Let us approach plank on elbows one more time. Get into the posture, stretch the arms forward, elbows down. Check if the elbows are exactly shoulder width, not too close, not too far, definitely not farther away. Otherwise, you'll make it harder. And then walk back. The entire body parallel to the ground. And no neck action. The head is aligned with the spine as if you're in Tadasana. Your gaze is between the forearms on the mat. Abdomen fully engaged, shoulder blades going away from each other. Strong legs, strengthen the legs. Don't let the legs be loose. 5 deep breaths, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down, Vajrasana. Take a deep breath, exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Your feet can be hip width apart. Look at your palms. Is the entire palm on the left and the right on the mat. Are all the fingers spread? Now keep the palms in place. Check if you can, or take the nose away from the palms. As far away from the palms, the head is receding like in a rail between the rails of your arms. And then finally drop your head down, completely loose neck. Now press the abdomen fully as you can to engage your abdomen. And then 5 breaths. Keep the abdomen fully engaged. And then 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down. Vajrasana. Remember that abdomen, pressing the abdomen and then inverted is what we will use in Shishulasana, dolphin's posture, which is like Adho Mukha, except your elbows are down. Which is what we will approach next. Take a deep breath, exhale. Balasana, folding forward. Stretch the arms to the front. Bring the arms shoulder width apart. Your hands can be a little closer, but the elbows are shoulder width apart. Elbows down on the mat. Elbows down on the mat. Palms can be closer. Your fingertips can, your index finger and thumbs can be touching each other. That's okay. But elbows on the mat. Tuck your toes in. Keep the tuck your toes in and straighten your knees up. And seat bones going up. Head, relax your head. Head is not resting on the ground. Walk forward as much as you can. Head hanging loose. Head is not resting on the ground. Seat bones up toward the ceiling. Abdomen fully engaged. Shishulasana. 5 deep breaths. Abdomen fully engaged. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down, Vajrasana. Come up to standing. Feet hip width apart. Stand relaxed. Let's approach Ardha Uttanasana practice. Ardha Uttana is kind of a reference for Navasana, except that you will be seated. But the spine and the legs, the thighs and the legs, are kind of at 90-degree separation in Ardha Uttana, and the similar posture is what we will have in Navasana posture. Take a deep breath, exhale. You can keep your hands for now, hands on your waist, toes pointing directly forward. Bring the feet closer together. In Navasana, we'll keep the feet closer together. Inhale, exhaling, bending forward. Look at the ground. The neck, there is no neck action. You're not looking forward up. The head is looking down. You're looking down on the mat or the floor in the front. You will feel the stretch on the back of your legs, back of your back, upper back. Now, allow the arms to hang loose. Allow the palms to face each other. Now your arms are shoulder width apart. Gently take the palms or arms, the entire arms toward your legs, just a bit. And that is how Navasana would feel, except you will be in seated posture. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on your waist. Inhaling, come up. Release arms. Sukhasana. Three deep breaths. Stretch your legs to the front, Dandasana. Now, hands on your waist. Lean back. Now you will feel your abdomen engaging. You are looking gently toward the top of the wall, the front wall. No neck action really. The head and spine in the relative position as if you are sitting straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the posture, relax. You can even place the palms behind you if you want. Relax. Take a deep breath. Dandasana. Feet close together. Hands on your waist. Lean back. Raise the right leg up. 3, 2, 1. Right leg down. Left leg up. 3, 2, 1. Left leg down. Release the posture, relax. Now, those who are having trouble lifting the leg with the knee straight, only those who are not able to lift the leg with the knee straight, you can slightly bend the knees. Others, see if you can keep the knee straight and lift the legs. Take a deep breath, exhale. Dandasana. Feet close together, sitting comfortably straight. Hands on your waist. Lean back. Both legs up. And then stretch the arms to the front, but keep the chest open. Shoulder blades are not going away from each other. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release the posture. Lie down on your back. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. Side to side. Settle back down, knees close to the chest. Spread your arms shoulder height. Palms down. With your abdomen muscle strength, bring the knees closer to the chest. Knees closer to the chest. And then drop your knees to your right elbow and look over your left shoulder. Once you reach the final posture, relax. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees back to the center. And next exhalation, bring the knees closer to the chest. And then drop your knees toward your left elbow. Look over your right shoulder. Feel the twisting, spine twisting. And this also relieves some of the tension in the abdomen with the Navasana postures. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees to the center. And release the knees, release the legs, and proceed to Shavasana. Make any final movements that you would like to make. And then settle down in Shavasana. And allow the breaths to be the anchor for your attention. Letting go of your body completely. Pay full attention to the entire breath, the entire cycle of breaths. From the beginning of the breath in to the end of the breath out. And watch the cycle. Relax. If the mind wanders away from the breath, begin again. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently come out of Shavasana. Take your hands back. Inhaling, growing taller. Exhaling, bending forward. Continue the breath. Inhaling, come up. Rub your palms vigorously, generating heat.